The SpongeBob SquarePants movie is a 2004 platform game based on the film of the same name and published by THQ for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, Microsoft Windows, and Game Boy Advance. The PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube versions were developed by Heavy Iron Studios. The Game Boy Advance version was developed by WayForward Technologies. The Microsoft Windows version was developed by EWE Games. The Mac version was developed by Esper. Most of the film's cast reprise their roles. The plot of the video game is largely based on the film, albeit liberties are taken occasionally. Like the film, Plankton puts Plan Z into effect, stealing King Neptune's crown, sends it to Shell City, and frames Mr. Krabs for the theft. As a result, SpongeBob and Patrick are tasked to retrieve the crown from Shell City to save Mr. Krabs and Bikini Bottom within 6 days by King Neptune. There are 18 levels in the game that loosely follow the storyline of the film. The player controls SpongeBob and Patrick, both of whom have their own unique set of abilities. Each level contains a main objective and side tasks. 4 levels involve a boss enemy that the player must defeat to progress to the next level. Boss enemies include the giant frogfish from the film, Dennis, who is fought twice, and King Neptune. Each main level and side task will give the player a Goofy Goober token once completed, and the player needs these tokens to learn certain skills and proceed to the game. Although the player only needs to complete a level's main component in order to unlock the next level, it is not possible to complete the game only doing the main levels, though the player does not need to do all of the side tasks. There is also an upgrade system in the game, as the player collects manliness points. Represented by glowing weights, they will learn new moves for SpongeBob and Patrick, which are needed to complete the game. Once the player collects enough manliness points, they get an upgrade point, which can improve a skill's effect or be used to increase the player's max health from 3 to up to 6 units. Although very helpful in progressing and completing the game, upgrades are not mandatory to doing so. The game does not use a life system. If the player dies, they are reverted to their last checkpoint. The game does not count deaths. SpongeBob, the player must guide SpongeBob, who forms a ball, through a platforming area, similar to the Super Monkey Ball series. Floating block challenge, the player must guide Patrick by jumping from block to block to reach the Goofy Goober token before time runs out. Each block has different attributes. Combat Arena Challenge is playing as either SpongeBob or Patrick. With only a few health units throughout the level, the player must defeat waves of enemies. Driving using the Patty Wagon, sometimes the player will need to drive through an area. All of the driving levels have 3 identical side tasks: a time challenge, a ring challenge, and a macho. Harder time challenge, sliding using a small bathtub, a shell and King Neptune's crown, which acts almost like a sled with its movement. The player must slide through the area. The side tasks are the same as in the driving sequences. There are a total of 4 boss battles in the game, none of which contain side tasks. Each completion of a challenge or its side task grants the player a Goofy Goober token. In order to learn the moves required to advance in levels and the stories, SpongeBob and Patrick will have to complete these side missions, like the extra driving and minigame challenge. To get these tokens, SpongeBob and Patrick have a few moves, and when they get a sufficient number of points, they can upgrade a move or increase their max health. Their health units are measured in Krabby Patties. They each contain only 3, but can be upgraded up to 6 over time. The moves will improve in effectiveness when upgraded. Throughout the game are cutscenes that are either in-game animations or FMV sequence, that resemble slideshows and feature stills from the movie as well as photos that are not stills from the movie, with clip art and illustrations of characters from the movie and objects from the movie and related backgrounds, as well as fully illustrated images. The FMV sequence usually features narration by the French narrator used in the show. The gameplay has features that are reminiscent of point and click adventure games, similar to that in SpongeBob SquarePants, Employee of the Month, and the PC version of SpongeBob SquarePants, Lights. Camera Pants. It mainly follows around SpongeBob and Patrick in a various number of locations. The game consists of 8 chapters that loosely follow the plot of the film, with additional story details being described in cutscenes between chapters that feature narration over still pictures. The GBA game is a 2D platformer split between 6 worlds to progress through, plus many bonus levels and a boss at the end of each world. Unlike the console versions, there is a life system and there is no save feature. Instead, players are given a variety of level passwords as they progress through the game. Like the PC version, the story is told through still pictures, but this time with on-screen text. That's all. We hit under the sea and got promoted, so have an order of like patties and soft subscribe drink. And this is Ursula, the fry cooking sea, witch ordering out.